Okay, here when we did the uniform cost search, I should like to point out that at one point we had already added our goal node to our frontier at this point B, but we still did not stop our search. Should we have stopped our search here? No. This is because if we had stopped our search here, we would have got a suboptimal solution having a path cost of 450. So the uniform cost search strategy always explores all the paths to the goal until it finds the least cost solution. So the strategy is tick off from the frontier the paths in order of their path cost from the start node. So accordingly, even when we got B in our frontier at this level, we didn't stop. We followed the UCS strategy and we ultimately got another goal node, another path to the goal node, which was at a least cost. So I just wanted to point out that even if we have got that goal node at in our frontier at an earlier point of time, the uniform cost search does not allow us or permit us to stop or halt the search then and there. Now, as we see that if I plot the path costs from the start node as contours on a paper or on a graph, I get a contour something like this. At the center, I have the start node A. On the contour of 75, I have Z or Z because Z was the path cost from A. On the contour of 118, I have T. What does a contour mean? A contour means all states which are having a path cost of 118 from A will lie on this particular contour or on this particular circle. So T lies on this, S lies on the 140, O lies on the contour of 146, R lies on 220. So this is as we can see, as you can match with your search, if we have followed how the search actually progresses from A along the contours till we reach the B here, which is on a contour of 418, and this is the B, the goal, the suboptimal goal on a higher cost contour of 450. But what I want to point out here is what is our actual path. Our actual path is ASRPB. So it is like A S R P, and from P B. So this is our actual path, right? This is our actual optimal path. But for reaching up to this solution path, what is the search? What is the search methodology? Or what is the path that we have traversed? From A, we went to Z. From Z, we went to T. From T, we went to S. From S, we went to O. From O, we went to R. From R, we went to L. From L, we went to F. From F, we came to M. From M, we went to P. From P, we went to C. From C, we went to D. From D, we went to B. So this is the path that we have actually traveled, and the blue line, the blue felt pen line shows me the path that we have actually traversed, or the order in which the nodes we have traversed to ultimately reach the solution, which is now pointed out in the orange color. So what is the take home from this particular thing? The take home message is that although we have found the optimal solution, the way we have explored the search space is not very focused. We have actually explored many states which were not required for, which were not included in our ultimate path. What is the which are the nodes that we have explored? S, R, P and B. S, R and P, these are the intermediate nodes. A is the start and B is the goal. Anyhow, they will be within our path. So S, R, P are our intermediate nodes, but for that we have explored Z, T, O, M, L, F, C, D. These are all extra nodes that we have searched, and for exploring each extra node we have incurred some extra amount of time and space complexity both. So this makes our implementation a bit lousy. It makes our algorithm take up more time. So I can, from the take home message is, uniform cost search is optimal, but it is a bit less focused and more scattered. It beats around the search space before it can reach the solution. So what can we do to mitigate that? In order to mitigate that, we have to give some extra information to our search algorithm. What is the extra information that we have to give? The extra information is, as you can gather, how can the algorithm know whether Z is a good state to explore or not? How can we know that S is a more promising state than Z for reaching the optimal solution? Or instead of, or R is a more, from S open directly R and not O. Okay, can we do that? So because from S we had the options, see, from A, here we had the options Z, T and S, right? We had these options Z, T and S from A. Seeing the solution, when we know the solution, after we know the solution, we can say that we should have opened S first. Opening Z and T was of no value. Can we put some information within the search algorithm itself? Some extra information within the search algorithm itself, which will help our algorithm to know that out of the three possible solutions, three possible nodes which it can open, Z, S and T, S is more promising than Z and T. This type of extra information that we can add is called heuristics. And this class of algorithms which uses some heuristics, the word heuristics means approximate information. This class of algorithms which uses a heuristic or approximate information to figure out whether a state is good enough for opening or for opening or being explored are called, this class of algorithms are called informed search algorithms. the set of algorithms which use this heuristic. So we are now going to study some one or two informed search algorithms to see how they work. Just before ending this video, I will tell you that the class of algorithms that we had studied now, in which no such extra information was about the goodness of a state, about the merit of a state for being explored, was added, are called, opposite to informed search algorithms, they are called uninformed search algorithms. And under this uninformed search, we had studied breadth first search, depth first search, iterative deepening depth first search, and uniform cost search. We will now proceed towards this class of informed search algorithms. Thank you.